This is SARS-CoV-2, a virus in the coronavirus family, recognized by its distinctive, crown-like spikes. SARS-CoV-2 is responsible for Covid-19, a contagious disease that primarily targets the throat and lungs. But what really happens in your body when you get Covid-19? Why can it lead to pneumonia, and how could a vaccine work to prevent it? The virus can't reproduce on its own. It must infect living cells to spread. Imagine a close-up of SARS-CoV-2. It has genetic material carrying instructions to make copies, encased in a protective protein shell. Its outer layer, or envelope, helps it latch onto cells and slip inside by merging with cell membranes. Projecting from this envelope are spike proteins, which act like keys, enabling the virus to infiltrate human cells. Both flu viruses and coronaviruses use their spikes to break into cells, where they hijack the cell's machinery to make more viruses. Once inside, the virus can spread through droplets released when an infected person talks, coughs, or sneezes. These droplets can enter your mouth or nose and travel to your lungs. Once in your body, the virus encounters cells in your throat, nose, or lungs. Here, one of its spike proteins binds to a receptor on the cell's surface, like a key fitting into a lock. This binding allows the virus to invade the cell, but unlike the flu, which targets the cell's nucleus, the coronavirus bypasses the nucleus and heads straight to structures called ribosomes. These ribosomes read the virus's genetic code and start building viral proteins, including new spikes. These parts move to the edge of the cell and assemble just beneath the cell membrane, where the new virus buds off, beginning its life cycle again within your body. As the virus spreads, it can lead to pneumonia and infection of the lungs. To understand how, let's take a closer look at how your lungs work. Your lungs have distinct sections called lobes, and when you breathe, air flows down your windpipe into large tubes called bronchi, which branch into smaller bronchioles, eventually reaching tiny air sacs called alveoli. These alveoli are surrounded by capillaries, which allow oxygen from the air to pass into your bloodstream and carbon dioxide from your blood to be expelled when you exhale. Your airways are lined with mucus to trap most germs, and tiny cilia push these germs out, often through coughing. In a healthy body, immune cells respond to viruses and bacteria that make it past this first line of defense. But if your immune system is weakened, as it might be during a coronavirus infection, the virus can overwhelm these defenses. The virus spreads quickly, and as your immune system fights back, it causes inflammation in your bronchioles and alveoli. This inflammation can fill the alveoli with fluid, limiting the amount of oxygen your lungs can absorb and making it harder to breathe. This is how pneumonia develops, and it can vary in severity. Lobar pneumonia affects one part of the lung, while bronchopneumonia spreads across multiple areas in both lungs. Symptoms might include difficulty breathing, chest pain, persistent coughing, fever, and chills, along with possible headaches, muscle pain, and fatigue. In more severe cases, respiratory failure may occur, meaning you'd need a ventilator to assist with breathing. While all this sounds serious, scientists are racing to develop a vaccine. Research on previous coronaviruses like SARS and MERS suggests that people who recover from SARS-CoV-2 may have some level of immunity, though ongoing studies are examining this further. Vaccines work by training your immune system to recognize and fight the virus before it can cause serious illness. Different approaches to the COVID-19 vaccine are being explored, but they all have the same goal: to help your body recognize the virus without causing infection. Vaccines introduce a weakened or inactive version of the virus or a piece of its genetic code to your immune system. When you get vaccinated, your immune cells create antibodies specifically designed to target the coronavirus's spike protein, the key it uses to enter your cells. These antibodies attach to the virus, blocking it from attaching to and invading your cells. This process also sends a signal to other immune cells to find and destroy these viral particles. If you're exposed to the actual virus later, your body will recognize and neutralize it faster and more effectively, reducing the chances of severe illness. Creating a vaccine is a complex and time-consuming process, even during a pandemic. Usually, each step of vaccine development can take months or even years. The fastest vaccine on record for Ebola took 5 years to complete. For COVID-19, researchers are working to break that record with a target of 12 to 18 months. Each step testing for safety, efficacy, and production on a large scale is essential to ensuring that the vaccine is both safe and effective. In the meantime, the best way to protect yourself and others is to stay home as much as possible and practice good hygiene. Wash your hands regularly for at least 20 seconds, covering all surfaces. And what would happen if you didn't wash your hands for an entire year? Well, that's a story for another. What if? Hey there, it's Peter. I'm recording from my basement, where we're practicing self-isolation, and I hope you are too. Special thanks to Nucleus Medical Media for their fantastic 3D animations. If you want to learn more about health and science, check out their channel. Science will get us through this, so stay safe, everyone.